here we go, back at it again, man. So, as I suspected, the market wasn't going to look good, and it does not look good. It's Friday, and it's 8:21. I'm seriously thinking about getting this because it looks like we're going to be able to get this thing offloaded over the weekend, and the rate is good enough. The only thing is you got to take the stacks off, right? And it's going to be probably driver load and all these other things. And I was trying to negotiate this up. He said, I can't pay no more than that, man. He said, whatchamacallit. And it's like, it's way above the market. But I was like, man, look at all this work that you need to do on it, You know what's crazy, though? Somebody had listed. I was trying to get a least screenshot of it, but it kind of slipped my mind. But somebody had listed partial, 30-foot partial, 40,000 pounds. Now that's something. That's new, right? That is definitely new. I mean, just look at this: 22-foot, 13,000 partial, and then it's going to Laredo, Texas. It's crazy how the market has changed, man. How it turns so fast on you. Truck stop is no better. Truck stop is no better. I was actually looking for a partial to go along with that Peterbilt 379. I wonder. I'm taking my time on that Peterbilt 379 and letting it stew some more because I feel like nobody really wants to take the stacks off and do all of this for that kind of rate, which is rightfully so. I mean, my goodness. TQL, $6 a mile. Yeah, I believe that. Man, if that was the actual location, that's a really good rate. But that's not the actual location. Not with TQL. TQL, that's what they do. They post things all over the place. So like when they tell you it's actually picking up right here, you better punch in that zip code. You better punch in that zip code because TQL don't. they're gonna get you, man. They're gonna get you. So, nonetheless, TQL was actually okay. Just thinking dispatcher. Okay. Nonetheless, TQL actually do have some loads. 99% of the time, 99.5% of the time, there are loads of junk, right? Last week we did TQL, right? That was a TQL load, and that was not bad. That was not bad at all. $5.30 a mile, I mean, granted, it's going to the Colorado area, right? Denver, but that's all right. That's all right. Let's see. There was, I mean, the board does not look good. You know what I mean? Like, look at these loads, right? They look somewhat okay and at the same time not okay, right? But Lincoln, Nebraska, 2 drops. One thing that I'm liking about Williston, North Dakota, this right here would be okay. Just look where you gotta go, though. Look at that in North Dakota. You're gonna be deadheading quite a few miles. You might find some type of partial when you get unloaded, but I don't know if I'm gonna take that chance. That's crazy. My seat's running out of air. But I mean, I guess I think at $5 a mile you can get there. You know what I mean? And I think that'll be okay. And you can just deadhead into like the Sioux Falls area, right? But the odds at the moment, the odds of these people, you know what I mean, going down lower on that is probably not gonna be good. So I'm gonna wait till 9 o'clock and see how the market is looking and feeling at the same time, and then we will see. We'll make a decision then.
colors, sunlight.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Right here. That's a really good load, but, and the crazy thing is, like, it takes them 12 days to pay, and they are A rating, right? But when I checked them with my factoring, it's no good. They don't factor, you know. They don't even show the DOT number on there. It's crazy. That's the right place, you know. So I don't know. I might call that one and see how they paying. Bladestruck@gmail.com. I don't like that. You know, I don't like that the fact that they're using Gmail. There's nothing wrong with using Gmail. But if you're doing legit business, you know, because we're using Gmail, right? But if you're doing legit business to where you're paying out this much kind of money and things like that, I would think they would have some type of, you know what I mean? They would invest into their own website and their own things like that, you know? So I might call them up and see how will they pay or how they pay. We are. We got us I think that's the short hood. What do you? That's the short hood, right? That's not the. Yeah, that's not the extended hood. She's not in the best shape. She's gonna need some loving, but I do love that Peterbilt. I do love this. I think this is a 68, right? 68 inch. Believe it or not, I've never been inside a Peterbilt before. At least a 379, you know. I love the way they look from the outside, but when they ain't got no stacks on, ooh, they look weird. There's not a whole lot of room in there. That's the only thing I really don't like too much. But I mean, you can work with it, you know. It's not bad, right? They look cool as hell though. They look cool. I like how the interior is just tight, you know what I mean? It's just like, look, I can reach. I was thinking pretty much the other side of the passenger seat, you know. You can't do that on them, you know. Now, I do see what people see when it comes to that hood. I definitely do see it. That thing is cool. Wow. I would say, yeah, that is definitely cool to have a hood like that. Now, clearance wise, boy, I tell you, imagine if that was the extended hood. I don't think this is an extended hood, but if this was the extended hood, you'll have a lot worse clearance. I mean, like blind side, right? I mean, the front, look, like the front is where you see how, like when I'm sitting about right there, that's where I'm about sitting. Like if there's a car in front of you though, or just like park in front of you or something like that, or cut you off, you can't really see them. Like if they cut you off from right here, you can't really see them. You know what I mean? So, wow. Yeah, I definitely see the blind side of it. Okay, let's load it up. Well, good morning. Well, here it is. It's the next morning. Look at who I had privilege to parking next to me. As a matter of fact, this guy is actually the same kind of sleeper as this truck. Maybe he saw it as like, hey, at least he semi look like us. See? That's the same kind of truck. the sleeper is the same. Look at that. There's another one right next to it, but I think that one is actually, yeah, actually it's the same. Yeah. And that one over there is a big old sleeper. I think they call that a 63, something like that. Anyway, we're getting ready to leave. I was actually supposed to take off the antenna. I just left them, man. They're gonna be fine. They ain't going nowhere, you know? Oh yeah, also, when you're hauling these, right? Make sure you dump the air. At least try to dump the air, or else make sure you check your chains, you know, a few miles away, because when that air is completely gone out of there, you're gonna lose air. She's gonna drop some and your chains are gonna be loose. Man, it's so cold. God goodness. Oh yeah. Speaking of cold, look where I had to put the stacks. Whew, it's cold. Get back in the truck. It's so cold. So, yesterday and the day before, it's been like 50s, right? Like high 50s, you know what I mean? And at night, it's been like in the 40s. And look at it now. It's 26 degrees and it's windy and it's so cold. We're in Minnesota, like on the I-90 in Minnesota. We're getting ready to take the 60 going into Iowa and then get to Sioux City and then go pick up the Nebraska side and try to get to I think it's called Seward or Saint something. Anyway, that's where we're dropping this off. We're dropping it off at the dealership. Let's go. There we go. Time to say goodbye to her. You know, I didn't realize how hard it is to drive these trucks because of this big old thing right here. It's so much harder. Like, you can't just peek out the window and see, you know? She smokes a lot. She's gonna need some help. Oil pressure is at 60 at idle. That's a little high. Is it? I don't know. I'm not familiar with cat. I feel like that's excessive. There we go. I like that hood though. I'm not gonna lie, I like that hood. My goodness. I like that hood a lot. I see the appeal. I really do. Even though it gives you a disadvantage, I see the appeal for sure. I don't know if I want to drive it in the city though. A lot of crazy drivers out there. Like they don't think about, you know what I mean, their actions or whatever. She sounds pretty rough. She's asking for some help. Okay, look, I feel like I'm so close right now to that other truck, but I can see slide of the bumper. I'm not too close yet. Look, right there, I'd say I'm about 3 foot or 5 foot from it, and I ain't got no clearance. All right, it's time to say goodbye to her. I do like that. This right here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go in there. I gotta duck a little. Oh, it's a little dark in here. Yeah. I can see sleeping in here. It's a little dark. No? Okay. Okay. It is a little dark. I gotta adjust my exposure, but I like this though. This window right here in the back, I can imagine they crack like that often, you know? I like it. I like it. I will say though that this thing is probably a money pit. I could see that. Why do I say that? Because they're just old, right? They need a lot of loving, right? First off, these doors, they don't close properly. They remind me of a military vehicle that that needs constant adjustment, you know? Is that the latch, the style latch, these styles, they're just the way the door is, you know? Just like this door. I mean, it's steel, right? So it's gonna hang down a lot, but yeah. Dang. She smoked quite a bit. She smokes quite a bit. If you look at the frame, it's in big trouble though. I mean, just like deep, it's deep in there, you know? Look, that's real deep. I thought my truck was in real deep trouble, but this one is really deep. Also, there was another guy that was supposed to be picking up a truck from these guys, right? That was supposed to have sold already, and I guess he inspected it and he said, "Nah, no shot, man." And so he left without picking up the truck. You know, he said they sold it to him for 32, and when he got here, it's just like that one, right? And when he got here, he said, "Oh, heck no." Okay, we're gonna head towards Omaha. I've been thinking about playing poker. I don't know. But first, I gotta put these stacks in the back of that. Then we head out. So we made it to Fremont. No, I did not drive all the way to Council Bluffs. I was thinking about it because I wanted to play some poker, but I was like, you know what? There's too much trouble to go all the way down there just to go play some poker, you know? So we went ahead and stopped over here in Fremont, and we're going to do a 34 over here in Fremont. And tomorrow, Monday, we're going to try to see if we can pick up a load. If you guys remember, towards the end of last year, we were pulling a lot of loads out of Fremont, Nebraska, oversized loads, and they were doing okay, you know. And plus, not only that, we're not too far away from Missouri Valley, which, you know, we got those trailer loads out of there, so we might try to pull some of those too, you know. So we're just gonna try to, you know, survive that way. Hopefully the market is a lot better next week. Hopefully. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. Hopefully, like I said, crossing fingers that it's gonna be better. If not, that's okay. We're gonna try to work with it, you know what I mean? Just like we always do. That's the best, that's the only thing we can do, right, in this market, you know. It's just such a high fluctuation in this market, but you know, we'll work with it. And I believe we have all the tools to, you know what I mean, to you know, stay afloat, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it was crucial for me to get those ramps, and those ramps are helping a lot, you know what I mean? It's keeping us afloat. Even though when the market is bad, we can pick up a couple of loads, just like the one we just did just now, you know, or we just got finished with, you know, yesterday. And you know, look at it, Friday, or you know, we were able to empty it on a Saturday, you know what I mean? So it's those kind of things matter a lot, because now we can start Monday first thing, you know, and we'll be within shooting distance in some of these loads that, you know, or we position the truck in a perfect area to where we are within shooting distance in these loads, and then we can get started early first thing Monday morning, you know what I mean? Hopefully we will see you guys in the next video.